Hello guys, so in this video we'll be looking at the next module, which is the interaction module. In the previous videos I explained about the steps and also the assembly property parts. uh, mm, so if you are new here, I definitely would advise to go back and watch those videos first and come here then. Alright, so next we will continue with our interaction module. In the interaction module you need to specify the constraints, the interactions between your models, that at which point I have tie surface, at which point I have embedded region. For example, I have also defined my rebars section inside this concrete, but for the moment that rebars are just floating in the ABAQUS. That rebar does not know that I'm embedded in the concrete section, so we need to define that. So the first thing is that we need to have a connection between our beam and column here. So for that we need to use this option, create constraint, and I can name it as a beam column, and it is tie. So now it asks me to choose the master surface. By the way, okay, let's just do it first. I'll explain that later. Okay, I do not want to create any surface because I already have defined surfaces. If you do not know how did I define surfaces, again I will suggest to go back to my previous videos where I defined the surfaces for this model, and I can choose the surface. So this is how this window will pop up, and I have the beam surface and column surface. Okay, so it asks me to choose my master surface. I will choose my column surface as a master. I can also highlight it. See, it highlight the surface, and continue. Choose the slip surface. This dialog box will appear, and now I can choose the beam surface as my slip surface and continue. This window will pop up. It asks for some details. Not ask, in fact it tells you about some detail. Discretization method, I suggest you leave it as analysis default, and the rest of these things will remain the same, and click OK. So here you can see it just create this interaction at this surface. By the way, there are two things here that it asks you for the master surface and the slave surface. So which one should be master surface and which one should be slave surface? So based on my little experience, and also based on previous literature that I read, they also and they always suggest to choose the your strongest column or whatever the member is, or that is either beam, column, wall, or anything but that have some bigger dimension, or that is stronger if you believe so. So it is advised to choose that as your master surface. So that's why you choose the column as my master surface. Anyhow, you can also check it from here in edit. You can see that here we have a tie connection, and okay. So the next thing is that it's a cantilever portion. We do not have anything here. This column is also having support condition here and here, but that is not the right module that we define. So it only left us with one thing, that is the rebar. So we need to embed our rebar within the reinforced concrete section. So for that we can create constraint, and I can name it at beam rebars, and here we need to select the embedded region and continue. So now if you remember that I have defined some sets, so this is the the use of those sets. Now it asks me to select the embedded region from the dialog. So my embedded region is because I'm using it for beam, so my embedded region is my beam rebars. So this is the beam rebar, so this is my embedded region. Continue. Select method for the host region. Select region, and I want my host region to be the beam, so I can select beam. You see it is highlighted in the pink color, and continue, and you can leave it by default, and okay. Now you can see my beam rebars are embedded. Similarly, I also want to embed my column rebars. You can name it as column rebars. So okay, column rebar, embedded region, continue. Okay, select the embedded region. This time my embedded region is my column rebar. By the way, if this if you do not know how to highlight, there is a small icon. If you do not click it, so you choose any of them, it will not highlight that. But if you want to highlight it, it's also a good idea to highlight what you are selecting, just to be more accurate. So this is continue. Select region. I want my column. Okay, and okay, so this is how we define the interaction for our model. That's all for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. If you're new here, I would suggest you to subscribe my YouTube channel, because I regularly upload some videos regarding ABAQUS. And also, if you have any question, you can type your question in the comment section, and if you like the video, please press like. Thank you.